Alright, so we're here to give an update on the old Jaii Fraii case, because most people wonder if Jaii Fraii is going to go to jail for self-defense or whatnot. You get me? But we're going to jump into the story and basically update on what's going on. Alright, so the lawyer for Jaii Fraii has weighed in on the drama. So veteran defense attorney Christopher Townsend is highlighting a key principle in the Jamaica law, arguing that a person that may still lawfully act in self-defense even if they are illegal in possession of a firearm. So Townsend made the point amid ongoing public discussion surrounding the circumstances of Sunday night's shooting incident at Ronnie Williams Entertainment Center involving Jaii Fraii, which has raised questions about the limits of self-defense and the use of force. The law is that even if that you are in possession of a firearm illegally, you can still use it to defend yourself, Townsend said. His comments have added a new dimension to the debate party. Alright, so you see that thing on your badness, if you don't understand it, stay far from it. Yeah man, if you don't understand that thing on your badness, stay far from it. You get me? Because what you do for 5 minutes can cost a whole lifetime behind bars. I'm understand that most people make joke out of it and call him J Wick. And I say your 450 turn out na 350 and $100 bill. You get me? I say, but at the end of the day, anyone of them could have lose them life. You get me? I say, imagine you go to a party and they end up in the hospital a couple hours later. That's crazy, dog. You get me? I say, but this goes just show say, yo, Jamaica man them weak, bro. Yeah, man, this goes just show say, Jamaica man them weak, dog. Say them bitchy, brother. Because pray this. Jaii Fraii is a YouTuber / journalist or whatever you want to call himself. Right, the man literally talk for your living. You get me? I say, 450 sing for your living. You get me? So how it end up in a gun battle? How it end up in a case where you shootout? What the fuck? Come on, bro. I don't understand. I don't know how it get to this. I saw a man week make a mix man say something about him and then I see the man in person and you want to kill the man. For what, dog? Come on, dog. Come on, dog. That Jaii Fraii talk for your living, bro. The man literally talk for your living, dog. The man talk about 450 say you them flop. So what? You're an artist, bro. You're an artist. If you not release no good music, people are say flop. And only a fan can tell about your music. If Jaii Fraii wasn't a fan, he could have tell about your music. He would have tell you how you music them, say if music them flop. Because he listen to music them, dog. You get me, I say? Someone understand how we get to this, bro. I saw the man, I saw Jamaica man them weak, dog. As a man say something about you want commit a crime, dog. You want commit violence, bro. Come on, dog. At this we going to, bro. You get me? I say because if this never happen, who do remember nothing about Jaii Fraii and 450 beef? Who do nobody would remember nothing about that, dog? Jaii Fraii say must say, you sing me, I sing that song. That is it. What more is there, bro? What more is there? But you know, everybody always try to prove something. Everybody always try to prove who are the bigger man, who are the better man. You get me, I say? And one thing I learned in life, growing up in the garrison, there's only 2 places that badness carry. In a prison or in the ground. You get me, I say? And somebody's heading there. Somebody's heading to prison. You get me, I say? And I hope this teach anybody a valid lesson. Not only them were involved in it, but anybody who thinks say, oh, them can do the same thing and get away with it. I hope this teaching a valid lesson, bro. Because this is a call for. All children rich and I live a comfortable life. So, what is the problem? You get me? What is the problem, dog? Is it that life is so nice that you have to create problem? What is it? I don't know. I don't know what is it, dog. Alright, we never prove who are the bad man. I that never do. We never prove who are the bad man. Alright, so what about the man now? What about the man now? Particularly, as some observers have questioned whether the legality of the weapon automatically determines criminal liability. So under Jamaica Firearm Act, a person convicted of illegal possession of firearm or ammunition faces a minimum 15 years imprisonment. So Jaii Fraii, whose given name is J.D. Richards, is a well-known Jamaica podcaster. According to Jamaican Constabulary Force, about 9:30 p.m. a physical altercation developed between patrons at the event. It is further reported that the fracas escalate and gunshots were traded between the 2 patrons. When the shooting subsided, 3 persons, 2 of whom were involved in the dispute, Had gunshot injuries. They were transported to the hospital for treatment, where one was treated and released into police custody. 2 remain hospitalized. 2 firearms were seized. Another man who has been taken into custody, however, is identified, is being withheld pending further investigation. So it is understood that Jaii Fraii disarmed an alleged attacker who attempted to shoot him and handed the weapon to the police in the venue. It is unclear whether he fired the weapon. According to Townsend, the issue of self-defense is not solely dependent on whether a firearm is legally owned, but rather on the circumstances under which it is used. It depends on the circumstances. In the story, somebody was disarmed, but somebody else from the group shot the gentleman, based on what I'm hearing. So under those circumstances, he will be within his right to defend himself, Townsend said. The attorney explained that even if the situation where a weapon is unlawfully held, the law recognizes a person's right to protect their life is faced with a genuine and immediate threat. So Townsend understands that each case must be carefully assessed on its own facts, noting that factors such as the presence of multiple attackers, the nature of this threat, and the individual perception of danger at the time are all critical in determining the outcome. So at the same time, the veteran attorney pushed back against the assumption that disarming someone automatically neutralizes a threat, noting that danger can persist depending on what is on hold. So it depends. What if the person had a knife, or what the person is in the company of other person and you are shooting? So fleeing to defend yourself, so circumstances will shed a lot of light on what is that you do. So attorney stressed that self-defense hinge not only on what happened, but also on what the person believes in the moment. So it also have the components as to what is that you genuinely think would have happened, he said. Alright, so basically what they're saying is, it doesn't matter whether or not Jaii Fraii disarmed a firearm, he still can be charged. But on the other hand, he was basically defending himself by using self-defense. You get me? So either way, they must assess the case and find out who was wrong and see where they can go from there. You get me? I said the